Historic Diwali celebration held at state capital in St. Paul, Minnesota with Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Governor says the celebration is a testament to the rich cultural heritage and contributions of the community to the state of Minnesota in all walks of life. It was a historic moment for Indian Americans across the state of Minnesota as the leadership from the community celebrated Diwali at the state capital in St. Paul, Minnesota with Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Amongst others, guests included leaders from the Hindu Society of Minnesota, SV Temple, BAPS, IAM, and the Sikh and Jain community. Eminent leaders from the business, arts and music and community outreach sections of the community were also part of the celebration. During his address to the community, Governor Tim Walz lauded the contributions made by some 40,000 plus Indian Americans who live in Minnesota. He also emphasized the importance of embracing diversity and the role that community plays in making Minnesota great. Flanagan, herself the first Native American Lieutenant Governor of the state, appreciated being part of the first ever Diwali at the state capital. She emphasized the importance of cultural diversity and the harmony that arises from celebrating various traditions.
When we talk about what Minnesota and what makes Minnesota so great, this community is a central part of that. So we're incredibly grateful you're here. We want to make sure and see the young people here, that they feel comfortable walking through the doors, making sure they know this is their place to be. This is their Minnesota, and that when we celebrate Diwali here, we celebrate as all Minnesotans. So it's wonderful to bring our customs here. It's wonderful to understand Minnesota has always been a welcoming place, and our strength lies in our diversity. And when you come to Minnesota, the expectations is you bring your culture, you bring your traditions, you bring your language, you bring your music, and that makes Minnesota just a little bit better every single day. So to be able to celebrate in this space, it's a real honor for Lieutenant Governor and I. It's exciting to see. It's exciting for us to pause sometimes and recognize the things that are going right.
In my role here as the chair of the Capital Architectural Planning Board, that the most important part of my job as the chair of that board is to make sure that people feel seen and heard and valued and welcomed in their house. And so I understand a little something about firsts as a first Native American to be the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Minnesota. I know that it is my job and it is my role to make sure that you feel welcome in your house. What a joy to celebrate Diwali for the first time. It will not be the last time. And I know that our young people who are here, my daughter is also here. We'll see from here on out that we celebrate Diwali in the capital, in the state of Minnesota. And just thank you so much for asking us to be a part of this celebration. I hope that you have a season filled with hope and prosperity, and we're just, again, so grateful to be a part of it.
What happened about the history of the Americans in this country is that from that number of 125,000 in 1965, today there are about 5 million American Hindus nationwide, about 50,000 right here in our state, in Minnesota, enriching every form of life. We at the Association of Indians in America believe in our motto, which is, in very simple terms, American commitment and Indian heritage. Just imagine, in 1967, a bunch of Indian American, at that time students, had the vision to think that as Americans, the future generations must remain first and foremost in our American commitment, and as well as cherish our Indian culture.
Upon receiving Ganesh Murthy presented to the governor as a special gift, he said this gift will have a permanent placement in the governor's mansion as a memento for the first Diwali celebration. The Lieutenant Governor was presented with the Bhagavad Gita by Sri Chinmayanand. Established in 1967, the Association of Indians in America is the oldest national organization on Indian Americans, whose motto is Indian Heritage and American Commitment. time to take a look at